to Africans Talk Football TV. Once again, we are here with our wonderful guest, Dominique Badji, fresh off a big week. How you doing today, boss?
Man, I'm doing great, man. A little tired than like 4 a.m., but I'm doing great.
Yeah. I get it, man. Just want to say thank you again to all of our friends, all of our fans out there watching. We have another very special episode for you guys here today. Just wanted to start it off by saying congrats, Dom. You got engaged not too long ago, a few days ago, and then, you know, that led right into a nail-biting win not too long ago against Atlanta United. Just want to say congrats from me, from the pod, and just great assist yesterday, you know, 4 minutes into the match, kind of just, you know, coming from you, I want to hear how your week has been leading into the game. How was the emotion before the match? Obviously, personally, you're going through one of the best moments of your life, and then you kind of have to go into the match with that mindset. How was the locker room feeling? How was the team? How were you guys heading into that game against Atlanta?
Man, personally, it was just great to be out there playing again.
I bet.
Yeah, man, because it's been a while since I played some serious minutes.
Okay.
Yo, and that just gave me energy, man. I've missed that feeling. I never want to take that feeling for granted again. And so just being out there and doing what I needed to do, my body on the line to create a goal, create chances. That energized me yesterday. And it was good vibes all around. The team a little bit. As of we've won 2 games now, and count yesterday as a win. That's 3 in a row, and so the confidence is building, and you can feel that in the locker room. That's great for this next stretch of leagues going into the MLS games.
You and Benteke up top, you guys look like you got a little tandem going. I know you weren't able to play the full match, but kind of explain how that first half feel. I know you said it's your first time getting real minutes. How does it feel training with him, working with a player of his caliber, just being in the locker room? Give us a little bit of that.
So I haven't really trained with him much because when I got here, I was kind of on the side, just doing my fitness stuff, just getting back to kind of like a mini preseason.
Okay.
Came from my off season playing overseas. And then the week where I could play, he was getting ready for All-Star game. And so kind of weren't even on the same teams or anything in practice. So that was the first time him and I had actually played on the same team.
Wow.
No drills, no nothing. And so, and so see like the little connections we had, and he speaks French, I speak French, so we can communicate. But that's exciting, man. Just to see what we made from nothing last night. So we have a couple weeks together. I think it's going to work out really well for me and him.
Yeah, definitely with your skill set. And I mean, obviously, like, you know, what he brings to the table. You guys were a really good tandem. And it was definitely good to see. I was telling the guys before you hopped on, we saw every bit of that MLS combine on that vertical jump. Because man, you got up there, man. You got up there.
That's crazy. Hey, I'll tell you what, Ben. The most dominant aerial presence I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Wins almost everything in the air.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just like a little, you know, personal backstory. So I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, Cleveland Heights, and my high school senior year, 2013. The Belgium team actually came to the U.S. to do their tour during the summer, and they played the U.S. team here in Cleveland at Brown Stadium. And so I got to see 2013 Benteke. I got to see 2013, a lot of those Belgian stars. And I mean, even, you know, you look back 10, 12 years ago, he was, you know, big, burly, stocky, agile, though, quick. Does he still have those, you know, facilities? I know he's, you know, a decade later, but on the pitch, you could still see him in tip-top shape.
You see it, man. It's crazy. If you had told me he's in his late 20s, I would have believed you. It's not he's catching up to him now. When he's out there, he's giving 100% on everything.
I'm curious though. So like when the goal happens as a player, like being in it, like with VAR, are you guys always just kind of like oh, not this shit again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because as a striker, I feel like it's even hard to even celebrate because when y'all score, it's like everyone just looks at the linesman.
Right.
So, how was it for you?
Changed, man. Yo, before, yeah, you score, you peek at the linesman, and you go celebrate if the flag is not, and you got that. But now you celebrate, but you're a little hesitant too.
Yeah.
Even if you watch that goal, it kind of ruins the moment. It ruins the momentum you get and being able to really celebrate with your teammates.
Yeah.
That's frustrating, man. And it's annoying how long it's taken for these VAR decisions to happen.
Yeah.
Understand why they want to implement it into the game, but it's kind of taken away from the momentum of the game when you got something good going.
Yeah, for sure. All right, go ahead, Mike. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to say thank you, for coming back again, to join us to do this podcast. My main thing is we want to get back into, talking about Turkey. That was the main reason why we wanted you to come back because, I mean, the talk we had last week, it was great. We really enjoyed it. But we wanted to hear that Turkey story. So if you can get into it, you can take the floor and talk a little bit more about it.
I don't even know where to start with Turkey. Turkey was, so I'll be honest, I went to Turkey for the monetary reasons. It was a contract that I couldn't turn down. Everybody told me not to go to Turkey. My agent, everybody in my circle. Like, yo, you know what? Like, they're not gonna pay you. They're a little wild out there. Me being naive and just being ambitious too. I've always wanted to try something outside of the MLS. I was like, nah, that's not gonna happen to me. So all right, go. First month is cool. I get my signing bonus. I get my first salary. The team's like, yo, we gonna ease you into things. Because I had just come from my MLS offseason. But at the end of that month, 3-4 weeks in, the president that brought me in steps down. Now, the president brought me in. The coach didn't want me there.
Oh, wow.
Kind of decides everything. And so president steps down, goes to Besiktas, goes to a much bigger team. And the new guy that comes in, filling that void, he basically like, yo, like, we got to get you off the books. Like, you're making too much. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. Just give me my money and I'm out. They're like,
wait, did he say you were making too much?
Yeah, I was making too much.
Oh, wow.
Because he said that, the other president had a lot more money than the new one that came in.
Okay.
I think the new one just didn't like me. He just didn't like my style. How are you going to tell somebody, like, yeah, we don't see you playing when they didn't even give me an opportunity to play? I hadn't played more than minutes at that point. So I was like, all right, cool. Yo, just give me my money and I'm out. They're like, nah, like, we can give you like 1 month worth of salary. I'm like, yo, I signed a year and a half. Y'all owe me like 15 checks, 16 checks. They're like, nah. I'm like, nah, I'm staying here. And they're like, all right, if you stay here, like, you're not gonna play. It's like, all right, cool. Like, y'all gonna have to pay me one way or another.
Yeah.
Yo, and it made my life hell, yo, for those 6 months, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, they didn't want me to train with the team. They were making they weren't giving me the right clothes and shit to practice with them.
Wow.
I was like, with my own stuff. They threatened me, like, yo, like, you should sign this termination paper. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna sign it. So they gave me one towards the end of my time there. Somebody got injured, so they put me on the bench, and I came in for one game. Yo, I balled for that game. It was like 15 minutes, 15-minute cameo. And, yo, this other team was embarrassing us, yo. It was like 4-0 or something. Yo, we were throwing the game. Our team was, this is common in Turkey, I'm telling you.
Really?
Yo, throwing games, it's wild to me. And we were in a spot where we could have been promoted to the first division. And dude gave up, like, promoted. I'm shocked. So
Wow.
on the field, I'm doing my thing. Dude tried to make me or something, so I stuck my arm out and swiped at him. Yo, they gave me a red card for that, and I promise you, bro, I promise y'all, this is not a red card. But this is the stuff that goes on in Turkey. Like, these refs understand what's going on, and they understand what they need to do.
Wow.
Because money talks there, and you see it. And they gave me a red card. The following day, I go into the office, and the technical director's like, "All right, yo, so like you don't want to sign this termination paper. Well, you got a red card last game, so we're gonna fine you." It's like, all right, cool, fine me, red card, fine normally. I'm like, yo. The following day, they sent me an email. They fined me 29,000 euros for getting a red card.
Jeez.
I'm like, yo, this is a little.
No way.
I can see $1,000. Red cards aren't that big of a deal, unless it's a repeated offense. I'm like, 29,000. He's like, yeah, and he's like, but if you sign this termination paper, we can just scratch the red card, and like we'll give you 2 months. We had negotiated up to 2 months at that point. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna sign it. He's like, all right, well, we're just gonna take it out of your next check. I was like, yo, I haven't received a check in like 5 months.
Wait, so they weren't paying you?
They weren't. Yo, they wanted me out of there. They were doing everything to get me out of there. Yo,
so you only got paid for the 1 month, and then once the president stepped down for the rest of your time there, you never got paid?
They were giving me like a week worth of salary. They're like, yeah, the rest is coming. And then they might give me a little bit here, a little bit there.
Wow.
Yo, so they told me 29,000 was the fine. And he's like, yo, if you sign, like we can make something work here. And this is the way they work over there. It's just a money drip.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm not signing. Yo, I went straight to FIFA, called a rep up. Dude came down. We negotiated with them. I got a deal out of it. And I signed with them and left.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy, man. You hear about stories like that. Typically, like Americans kind of going overseas and hearing those horror stories for like professional athletes. So like it's crazy that's how things go over there. It's crazy that's what your experience was over there, and how obviously money's a big factor in influencing the outcome of a lot of decisions.
Man, it's true. And I'll tell you what, coming back, I had opportunities to continue playing in Asia, Europe for more money than what I took coming back to the MLS. But the peace of mind that you get and the stability you get from being here, worth taking a little paycheck, in my opinion. Because what you mentally go through, what I mentally went through in Turkey, I could have done that for another year.
Yeah.
It's exhausting, and it takes a toll on your body. I lost 9 pounds when I was there.
Wow.
I felt like my strength, just my energy, my motivation, my drive, my mood, everything was changing. And I'll tell you, the peace of mind I get from being here, what? It's worth it. It's worth it.
Man. And I imagine you had your now fiance, your family with you during that time.
Yeah. And
oh wow.
It's tough because I went to practice and I was dealing with all that shit over there.
Yeah.
Then I come home. It's hard to separate that from
what's going on.
That was another issue. I just had to find balance to.
So while you were going through all of this, did any of your teammates know about it? Did you discuss it with any of them?
They were trying to get rid of most of the foreign players.
Oh, okay.
But I was the highest paid player on the team. So I was the number one target.
Okay.
So these other players, they were like, yeah, you can leave if you want to. But these other players are like, nah, like we're going to stay. And they didn't give them any pushback. No pushback.
Wow.
And, so they got the team captain. This is when I knew something fishy was happening. The team captain came up to me one time and he's like, he's from France also. He's like, yo, they're trying to get rid of me too, man. and whatever deal they give me, I'm gonna just sign and get out of here. Like, I'm not trying to cause them any problems. And at the beginning, I thought this guy was on my side because he speaks French.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Time went on, he's really close with the technical directors over there, the general managers. Yo, as time went on, I could just see them whispering, just talking and doing all this, doing all that. And one of the other guys, a dude from Mozambique, Southern Africa, comes up to me and he's like, yo, I overheard these dudes talking. This was his word. These were his words verbatim. He's like, yo, I overheard these dudes talking, the technical director and the French guy. He's like, we're trying to get Badji out of here. He doesn't want to sign a document. He's like, we're going to fuck him over. Straight up. He's like, yo, I overheard these guys talking. So this whole time I'm thinking this team captain is on my side. He speaks French. We go lunch. My family knows his family. But he had incentive. So it turns out I found out all of this once I'm far removed, once I'm back in the States.
Okay.
They were trying to get rid of him too. But if he could get the other foreign players to sign, they would have kept him on. They would have kept his
Okay.
going around being shiesty, telling everybody, yo, whatever they give you, sign, get out of here. Like, hit the fence just to protect his back.
Yeah. Wow.
It's so crazy how, you know, we just watch the matches on Saturday or Sunday, but you know, Monday through Friday, you guys are in training, you guys are getting lunch, you guys are meeting with the technical directors. There's so much political stuff that goes behind the scenes that we never hear about. So it's kind of wild just hearing your story. You know, that must have been tough for you, you know, going home and just having to deal with this every day, not getting paid, getting, you know, treated differently just because you're a foreign player. It's crazy to hear. That's tough.
And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize, man. There's a human aspect of being a football. And I'm a fan of football. I love Arsenal. Arsenal is my team, and I watch. I can watch games. Look at this show.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man. We doing all right. So
just keep going. You're on a roll. You're on a roll. Just keep going. Keep going.
Have another tough year, man. I'm telling you. But I realize I really see a different side of things, man. I'll tell you what. When I look at Kai Havertz and how he struggled when he came, he struggled before he came to Arsenal. People weren't really like a bust, whatever. And he kind of showed what he has at Arsenal a little bit. But you realize, like, the mental aspect of the game, man, a lot of these players are talented. Yeah. But, you never know what they're going through, man. And that mental side of things can really take a toll on passing, on simple concepts in football. And you're like you're physically there, but mentally you're not there. Yeah. And so I love to see players, when they go through a hard time, change scenery, and then they're able to shine again. Yeah. It's more than football, man.
Yeah. No, I mean 100%. You know, and kind of knowing what I know now, kind of seeing how the game went for you guys yesterday. You know, I'm really happy for you. Really happy for you that you're back here in the league. Obviously, I wish you were still here in Cincinnati, but you know, you're back in the league, man, and we're happy to have you back. So definitely.
I want to ask about the. Like how you ended up getting out of there. So you don't have to talk about the details. So how do you come to an agreement? Do you get a lawyer? Is this agent, or is this the FIFA rep that came in and settled all of this?
So these guys, the Turkish culture is it's very aggressive. So these guys, they sit you in a room, they close the door, they're like, yo, sign this paper right now. And a lot of these players, they'll intimidate you. Like physically, they'll intimidate you too. They'll shake you up. They'll hit you. They'll do whatever is necessary.
Wow.
These players were telling me some crazy stories of stuff that happened over there. You know, fortunately, it never happened to me. But they're like, these guys don't mess around. And so for me, everybody's scared of FIFA. Everybody's FIFA is the governing body.
Yeah.
So for me, they were getting aggressive with me. As soon as I said FIFA, they backed up a little bit.
Wow.
And so I was in contact with a FIFA guy. He came down. And that's when they really were respecting me a little bit, because they're like, yo, this guy's not messing around. And so the FIFA guy negotiated with me and I left. But these presidents and people in Turkey have so much power that when I got to immigration, they were like, yo, they're to my family. They said, no, you overstayed your stay here. You have to pay like $4,000 or something. I'm like, what? What do you mean $4,000? They're like, nah. I told them, nah, I'm not paying this. They're like, all right, then we have to keep your passport. Passport? Well, for what? They're like, yeah, it says here you violated some rules in Bandirma. Bandirma is the city I was living at. I said, what rules? They said, no, we can't tell you. You just have to pay. I said, what? I'm not paying this. They're like, all right, well, then we'll take your passport. I said, you take my passport, how am I going to travel? They're like, yo, like, figure it out. You guys just move to the side. Back. Yo, so I ended up, I withdrew the money. I went to pay. I was like, nah, I don't have 4,000. I could only get 1,500 out of my account. Dude said, it's cool. Just give it to us. Yo, gave him, signed my papers. I got out of that country. He said, you and your family are not allowed back in Turkey for a year.
I ain't coming back.
I
need to come back, bro.
Oh man.
Everything when people in positions of power, people with positions of power in Turkey have so much say and so much control on so many things.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so fortunately I had the FIFA rep. There's still international players over there who are going through a hard time who didn't sign deals. And I feel bad for them because they've got it worse than me right now.
Yeah.
And I'm still in touch with them. But the FIFA rep is what got me out of there. Without him, I think it would have been a whole different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are FIFA reps assigned to you guys, or you can just request for one? How does that work?
And I came out of pocket.
Oh wow.
That's why a lot of these players that are struggling over there right now, they're negotiating themselves.
Okay.
Oh man, but I tell you what, the peace of mind coming out of pocket, but it's a luxury also to be able to.
That's the thing. If you don't have it, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're struggling because you're just trying to do it yourself. And if you're desperate for the money, you'll take a bad deal.
Yeah.
And so, man, everything just worked out for me, and I was fortunate that it
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. You brought it up a little bit. I feel like we have to touch on it now. You said you're an Arsenal fan.
Big Arsenal fan, man.
So is Gabriel. So is Here comes the flag. Yeah.
Feel me. Come on now.
I tell you what, bro. I tell you what, man. So we started this podcast back in 2020. I think that was when Arteta recently just came, right?
Yeah. I think he came in 2020.
He was in 20. No, he was. Yeah. It was around that time because he won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Gabriel was Arteta out. Firmly Arteta out. If you watch any of our older episodes, firmly Arteta out. But now he's come around, man. Kind of talk about Arsenal.
Hey, Arsenal is all I've known, and initially I became an Arsenal fan because my dad was an Arsenal fan. A lot of Senegalese, I'd say a lot of French-speaking African countries, especially back then, loved Arsenal because we had Arsenal French. We had Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, French players, French descendants, who played for them. Yeah. And so that's how I was introduced to the team. And then I just continued to love them. And Thierry Henry was my idol growing up, being a number 9, being French. Man, I tell you, that's when Arteta came, I'll be honest, I was a little skeptical. And it was tough times, man, at the beginning. But it's nice to be able to see somebody continue to be given an opportunity and then finally it all come together.
Yeah.
And then, man, we were this close this season, man. I tell you.
What? This season or last season? Pick one. Which one? Which season?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, this year is gonna be a big year for us. I'm telling you. Chelsea, I don't know how you guys are feeling about your roster, but
Yeah.
you don't have enough, man.
We're still figuring it out. We're still in those growing pain stages, but I think, the biggest thing for us as a Chelsea fans is just consistency and health is going to be the two things for me that if we're able to keep those on the forefront, then we'll have a decent season. On the shoulders of Cole Palmer last year, we somehow finessed our way to 6th place. We got to a cup final, even though we lost. And so if we could kind of just ride that momentum and stay healthy, we'd be all right.
Did you make top 4?
We'd be all right.
Did you make top 4?
I think top 4 is doable this season.
It's on the table. It's definitely in the plan.
Stay healthy.
I think it's possible. Liverpool is not that much better than us, and Spurs, who were 3 points above us, are not better than us. So for me, I think if we stay healthy and we can keep our preferred 11 on the pitch, it'll be a fun season.
We're about to see them on Saturday, so let's see. I'm gonna ask you again on Saturday, but no, Badji, I would love to learn a little bit more about Golden Touch. What do you do with that? And the youth development, yeah.
I appreciate you asking that question, man. Golden Touch is a company that I launched last year, bro. It's been in the works for like 3 years. Mm-hmm. I've never launched my own company, and it's something that I've always been fearful of, the thought of failing in trying something. So I've always been hesitant. I've always wanted to do it, but I always put it on the back burner. Last year seemed like a good year for me to do it because I just had confidence. And I was like, look, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But Golden Touch is a soccer training company. It trains kids between 6 and 16. Right now, we pushed it a little bit, 17, 18-year-olds, based in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. And I do private training sessions where you can train with me at a premium price, or I have my coaches too that are coaching right now. All the camps, I do multiple camps and training sessions during the year. All the proceeds go to local charities. 100% of the proceeds for all my camps go to local charities. And that was important for me because I got love from the fans in Cincinnati. I really did get a lot of love. That was the best fan base that I had been a part of in my whole career. So giving was easy for me for the charities. I don't need it for the profit right now. I just wanted them to know that I have a platform. I understand that my platform is important and that it's important for me to not only be seen as an athlete. I want to be seen as a good person, as a person who understands the importance of connecting with the people in the community. And I think that they really appreciated that aspect of things. And, I had a couple camps. I brought the young guys on the team with me to coach. And that's important for me, too, to get them to realize how important it is for them not to only focus on soccer. It's important to let people know that you care about the community too, because once the fans are on your side, man, it makes your job easier. Once they love you, and it's somewhere that you'll never want to leave, and that's why it was so hard for me to leave Cincy.
I hear that, man. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, man. I know, just kind of doing a little bit of research, you've had pretty good turnout at your camps. You do get a lot of love here, and yeah, we're looking forward to seeing that grow. And yeah,
no, it's awesome. We're capped out right now. I have no more spaces for any more kids. I'm trying to find a bigger location to coach out of.
That's great.
Okay.
Yeah, great, man. And we're having a big camp in Cincinnati in the off season.
Okay.
For end of November. It's going to be free, and just get the kids out there just having fun, man.
Yeah.
That it's not as much about the money right now as it is about just having the. I don't want them idolizing us. I want them to see that, they're normal people.
Yeah.
Somebody who, I'm never going to get to see. It's crazy what what kids say when they see you in person, like you're a god or something. I'm like, nah, man.
It's funny you say that, man. I told you last time, I just wrapped up my 4th year coaching youth soccer, and a few of my players reached out to me. They were like, "You know Badji?" Like, they're like, yeah. And I was just like, yeah, he's a really down to earth guy, and I think especially them watching part 1, they'll definitely watch part 2 and learn a little bit more about you, man. Yeah, you got a lot of love here in Cincinnati. So
yeah, sure. Since he's home, away from home.
Yeah. Wanted to, before we get it, we got some like rapid fire questions for you, but before we get into that, I just kind of wanted to quickly ask you about fatherhood, and kind of how has fatherhood kind of changed your perspective as a professional athlete and just like as a man. I know as an African descendant, like we all come from very structured, driven individuals, households, but I know someone who's been blessed to be a father myself. It's definitely changed a lot for me for the better. So kind of wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
That's neat, bro. I like that question too, bro. I like I like podcasts where like, yeah, about soccer and stuff, but like, yo, I like the stuff that's like outside of that too. Fatherhood, man, it's hard. It's hard, man. Kudos to my fiance, because I get to escape it by, going on the road. I get my time to myself, and she's in the thick of it, almost all 24/7. But it really changed my perspective on a lot and just my priorities. When you're young in your career, I think it's really important to give everything you have to football, everything. Because you have to establish yourself. You have to make a name for yourself. Sacrifice a lot. Family, friends, events. Like side note, I just went to my 2nd ever wedding last week. It was my agent's wedding, because I've missed almost 10, 15 weddings because they're all in the season because of my commitment to wanting to do this. But having a kid, it kind of just, you see things from a different perspective, man. I used to get down on myself when we'd lose games or I'd have a bad training session. I come home, I can't bring that energy to the house.
Right.
I still have responsibilities once I come home. I got to switch it. And so it's taught me to balance my emotions a little better, because it's not fair for me to bring that negative stuff into the house. My daughter she just wants to have fun with me. And it's really allowed me to understand the older players who have kids. Sometimes you see players going through things on the family side of things, and you don't really understand until you have a kid. It's like, yo, I didn't get any sleep last night because my kid was up. Like, I gotta rush from practice. I gotta go home because the family needs this and that. Or I can't go out with y'all tonight. I gotta be home with the family. Just like making a lot of sacrifices, and you're like, this guy's no fun when you're younger.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's kind of a flex for me to be like, nah, I gotta go home to the family. Like, y'all chase girls, have fun, bro, but I gotta go to the family. So, set my priorities straight, and I'm trying to make the most of it.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear, man.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for
sharing that, man.
How old's your kid?
I got 2. So one baby girl, her name is Kaya. She'll be 2 in November. Okay. And then my son Isaias, he's 5 weeks. So
wow, 5 weeks, yeah.
5 weeks, man. Jeez. Yeah, he's getting big. He's we're in the thick of it right now.
I think those first months I was a zombie trying to figure out how the hell I was gonna make this work, yo.
Nah, but I mean, but like you, I'm fortunate to have like my wife is incredible and she does the heavy lifting. So, big shout out to her. I'm able to do this sit down with y'all because she's upstairs doing that. So
right. The rest of y'all got significant others. You got y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I have a girlfriend right now.
Okay.
Hopefully soon to be fiance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Not yet.
wife, no kids.
No little.
They're outside. They're outside. They're outside.
But I will say I was with Salam a couple of weeks ago, and he manages it well, man. Having like you said, balance. You know, I think that's the one thing Salam has down very, very well. He's able to balance, you know, the kids, the friends, just even having me come over on a Sunday, crash, watch, you know, a final with him, and then be able to work from home on Monday while he and his wife deal with the kids. You know, having a 5-week-old and a, you know, almost 2-year-old, they're super dependent. You know, there's nothing that they can do without mom and dad. So just having a sliver of a perspective of his life, I could see how it's changed him for the better and how he's definitely got a hold on things. So it was dope to hear your perspective as well.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask, like, because I know, you know, once athletes, you know, have kids, their perspective kind of always changes. And like, especially with the sport, like, when you had your child, you know, did your perspective change? Like, did your mentality change on the pitch? You know, did you kind of feel like you're fighting for something more in a sense because, you know, now you have a child at home that you definitely have to support, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it definitely did change. Exactly what you said. But for me, I've been taking care of my family, my mom, my dad, my brother. 15 years old. You know, they live in Senegal. I came over to the States. I was waiting tables. I was an assistant. I was just doing odd jobs just to make some money so I could send it back home. And so that drive's always been in me to take care of my family. Like, without me, they literally don't have food, can't cover the rent. They need everything, like, to get from place to place, pocket money. But having a kid, it like puts that stress to like 100. Because said earlier, the kid is 100% dependent on you.
Yeah.
You and your partner. You're fortunate to have a two-parent household, and that drive you get from that, man, you can't explain it. It's like I went from you know what, I don't want to do this today to, man, I have to do this today.
Yeah.
Like this, I have to do this to take care of my daughter. And I've said this before. I want to be a person that my daughter, once she looks back and understands all of that I've done, is proud of. And I think understanding her dad was a hard worker will go a long way, because that's something that in a lot of African households it's ingrained from you from the beginning.
Yeah.
Facts.
Hard worker, if you can have that characteristic, makes life a little easier, because nothing's easy in life, and nothing was ever given to me. But having the characteristic of being a hard worker has opened so many doors for me. So it definitely, every time I'm on the field, I think about it, man. I have to take care of her. And I take care of my family. And what's best for my family, even if that means sacrificing my needs and my wants and what I want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great question, G. All right, bro. Let's get into some of these questions, man. Game days. Are you a big music guy? And if so, like, what are you listening to?
Yeah, Afro beats.
There it
Who's
is.
your guy? Who's your
There
guy?
it is.
Who you got? Who you listening to?
Rema, I'm big on
Hey.
Okay.
Another banger.
Rema's nice, man. I love how Afro beats is like. Afro beats has always been nice, but it's nice recognized on like the national
mainstream
global scale.
Yeah, man, I love me, and it depends. Sometimes I'll go on some Thames vibes.
Okay.
Yeah, those are Davido, Whiskey. Those are some good guys.
Okay.
But then I'll switch it up. If I'm like that's like my vibe driving in, and once I'm in, like I want more upbeat, so I'll do a lot of French hip hop.
Okay.
Well, give me some artists though.
Yeah, give us some
because I'm
artists.
not. I don't listen. I listen like French alternative. Like some French alternative
French
music,
jazz,
some chill.
yeah.
While driving to work, some French alternative. So like, I want to know like French hip hop. Like, who do you listen to?
So I'll do old school La Fouine.
Okay.
OUINE. Bangers, motivational music, just pumped up. There's a new guy coming up. His name is Renoir, Renoi. He's a big.
I just got hip to him.
Yeah, he's good. And then Booba, Booba. He's like one of the biggest French artists.
Wow.
So they make good, like just like getting locked in kind of music. And of course, I listen to my mainstream US, Lil Baby, Big Mill,
Yeah.
Wayne, Rick Ross, all these dudes.
Drake or Kendrick?
Man, I'm a big Drake fan, man.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we need some fans right now because I didn't know Kendrick had this many fans. I didn't know Kendrick had this many fans.
Yo, people forget that Drake is the GOAT. Like, yo,
Yeah.
this dude like drops album after album and barely misses on anything, yo.
Yeah.
I
I just had to ask. I had to.
Hey, I like a little beef, a little
Yeah.
spices things up, man.
I hear that. How would you? Let's do this one. Toughest defender you came up against in the MLS.
Wow. Is that no?
I got one for y'all. I don't know if y'all gonna know him, bro. His name is Marvell Wynn.
Oh yeah, I know Marvell Wynn.
I don't know.
100%.
This guy
He was with the Rapids, I believe.
yeah, he was with the Rapids.
Yep.
And I played against him when he was in San Jose. But this was my first 2 years in the league. Yo, I came into the league at 130 pounds.
Jeez.
And I'm 175 now. So I bulked up. So I was fast, but I wasn't ready for like the physical aspect of things. Man, this dude was strong. Yo, he was faster than me, stronger. Yo, and I could not do anything against this dude. And that was the first time ever in my career I said, yo, you know what? Today, yo, this
That's the best of me.
this dude was an animal, man. It's a beast of a defender. Because he could make a mistake but recover because he's so fast, out muscle you, out jump you. And I think the closest person to him would be Andrew Farrell in New England.
Okay.
Yeah, very fast, strong, quick, can jump. I think anybody who can match me athletically, I've struggled with the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yesterday you got up, boy. You got up on me yesterday.
Hey, yeah, I don't know. Left in my knees, man. I got this.
Oh man, favorite player, favorite teammate you've played with?
Man, I got a lot of favorite teammates, man.
Oh, you know what? We'll do this one. Let's create a five-a-side. Let's create a five-a-side. Your favorite teammates.
I like that. See, I'm gonna go Jalil Anibaba.
Okay.
I need a keeper.
Yeah, you need a keeper.
I'm gonna go with Roman Celentano as a keeper.
Shout out Roman.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay, big Rome.
Yo, he's gonna be over the year for sure. Next couple years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually see him
Shout
going
out
to Europe.
Big Rome.
Rome at the back. I'm gonna put Jalil Anibaba at the back. But Hani Mukhtar.
Ooh.
I put myself in there now. How's that work?
Yeah.
Hani Mukhtar. Colorado. Dallas. Oh, I'm gonna put so I don't know if y'all know this guy. His name is Zdeněk Ondřesek. He played with Dallas. He played with the Czech Republic national team. Look him up, yo. He's a number 9. I tell you, that guy taught me when it comes to positioning and making runs, he had the biggest influence in my career on where I need to be and my timing of things. Because before that, it was raw. You know what I feel. This guy really sat me down, mentored me, even though he's just a couple years older than me. Look, winger at the time. He's like, as a 9, when I make this movement, this is what I want. If I do this, this is what I want. So he broke down the game for me, and I'm really appreciative because that really helped me.
Okay.
So I put him. I don't want to put myself in there. Let me put one more. Shit. I might have to put Acosta in there.
Yeah, got to.
Okay.
Got to.
Yeah.
Cold, man. That dude is different. Yeah, for sure.
Much
Wait,
love.
I just want to touch back real quick. You said you came into the league at 130 pounds, bro?
30 pounds, man.
Wow.
Yo, I can't even imagine. And you're 6'3", 6'4"?
Yo, that's 6'1".
You're 6'1".
Yeah.
Wow.
Fam, still.
I'm 5'8", 160. So
Yeah, like I can't even fathom like you coming into the league at 130 and a 9 too. Like, because I remember playing in uni. I'll never forget this match, man. I remember I was in uni. This is maybe my freshman or sophomore year, and we go to Michigan, and Michigan had like 2 center backs. I'm talking about grown men, like 20, 21, maybe 22, 6'3", 6'4", and stocky. Like you're not moving them. And I'm 18, 19, 175, maybe. I'm 6'3", 6'4". So like at that moment, and I'm like, yo, my coach is like, yo, hold the ball up. And I'm like, yo, fam, I can't lie, yo, I cannot make it happen. Like I'm trying, like I'm trying my hardest, but this can't happen. Like this is struggling me. So it's just like I can't even imagine being the MLS. Like that is wild. That's wild.
So wait, that was the issue with a lot of these coaches when I was doing the interview process in the combine. They were just talking about like weight. But I'll tell you what, I was like 130, but man, I had that African strength in me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Sharp elbows, like they.
Yeah.
Yo, you ain't moving me that easy. But it was an issue, and I think in Colorado it was a perfect landing spot for me because they took me in. They introduced me to protein. I used to in college. I used to duck. I was never in the gym.
Yeah.
But I'd be bullshitting in the gym. But here they made me really realize that, I need to get in the gym. I need to eat right. I wasn't eating right in college. Get the proteins, get everything I need to build myself into. They saw a good foundation, but they knew that they needed to put muscle on me. And the next couple of years, I put easy 30 pounds within 2-3 years in the league.
Okay.
So once I really, and I was still growing into my body.
Right.
Once I really grew into my body, I'd say 4 years in is when, my career kind of, you could see it take off.
100%.
Okay. I got 2 more for you.
All
right. You've been, 10 years in the game now, almost in the MLS. How have you seen like the MLS like evolve since your debut back in 2015?
Man, so every year's gotten better except for that COVID year.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all watched much of that.
No, we all didn't know what was going on. We all didn't know how to, those games at those neutral, it never made sense. But
that set us.
It was COVID.
Yeah, those games that set us back, man. And I understand they made most of what they had, but it was a terrible year for. I don't think a player would tell you that it was a good year, man. But it's crazy the speed at which the MLS is growing and the respect that it's starting to gain. And of course, at the end of the day, people say it's MLS, it's American football. They respect it like that. But you're seeing players come over, talented European. Come over. Obviously, you've got Messi in the league now, and people are speaking about the league. People are watching the league. When I was over in Turkey, dudes are players over there are like, I really want to come to the States and play. It's crazy. Wow. Dudes really want to come to the play.
Yeah.
Asking me about it, just so fascinated about life out here. So it's neat to see it gain respect and see the MLS trying to do the things the right way to grow this league, because I honestly think it can soon it's going to be competing with top leagues in the world. Not the England's got a long way to go, but
yeah.
lower leagues for sure.
Great answer, man. We'll do this one from my players. This was from my players. From one of them. What's been the biggest challenge in your career, and how did you overcome it?
I say being benched, man. Being benched and sent down to the USL, the second division. That was my rookie year. I've had challenges along the way. Obviously, every year brings a challenge, but that was for me the one that sticks with me all the time, because I came into the league thinking I had made it. Like I told you, I came to 30 pounds at time.
Yeah.
Well, I made it. But I did well in preseason. I come in, the starting forward for Colorado gets sold.
Yeah.
So now we went from, we're going to develop you to, you're starting opening game. Nah, I was not ready. I was not. Oh, and you know what's funny? The game I played 7 or 8 games straight. Against Marvell Win was the last game I had in the MLS before they sent me down.
He said, "No, we need you on that diet plan."
Marvell had you.
Shout out Marvell, man.
Bro, I don't even know. I've never talked to him. But he ruined my. So I tell you, it was crazy. I got pulled at halftime. Right after the game, I'm in the locker room getting ready. The coach calls me into his office. He's like, "Hey, we're gonna send you down to second division, develop you." And I was like,
Mid-match?
Yo, crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, they got me out of there.
I have one for you. What is your favorite stadium you've played at so far in your career?
Cincinnati, man.
Really?
Respect.
Okay.
Respect.
I'm telling you, and this is common amongst a lot of the MLS players. TQL is one of the best stadiums. The atmosphere, the pitch, it's soccer specific, so the pitch is always good. A lot of these fields are
multi-use.
Multi-use,
Yep. The atmosphere is great. The facilities are good. It's one of the best ones. LAFC is very good too.
Okay.
Atlanta's
Come on, Crew Stadium. Come on, man.
Yo, you know what? The crew's good. The crew's good.
Okay.
It's nice that the pitches are getting better. People are taking a lot better care of the fields now. There's still some teams that need some work.
Yeah.
But atmosphere, I'm talking atmosphere wise.
Yeah.
TQL gets loud, man.
Okay.
TQL gets loud.
Have you ever, like, and I know this is kind of a crazy question, but have you ever gotten on the pitch and like gotten starstruck in a second, just for like a moment, you know what I mean, by like a player, or just like, I kind of just want to know that. Because
once in my life, that was with Drogba.
When he came to MLS. Talk about it, my man.
Yo,
Mr. Chelsea.
I've been on the field with Zlatan, with Messi. Yo, for me, those weren't my idols. Yo, these African
Yeah.
out and we're doing their thing. I lined up next to Drogba. I was nervous because the whole time I was thinking, all right, I'm gonna speak to him in French. I don't know. I'm gonna ask him for his jersey. I had never.
That's funny.
I said I'm gonna ask him for his jersey, but I didn't know how I was gonna ask him. I lined up right next to him before kickoff. I said hi. He said hi. I got starstruck. I said hi, and in the middle of the game, I was like, in French, I was like, can I get your jersey? And he was like, yeah, of course, And it's cool moment.
Wow.
So at the end of the game, that was my first ever professional jersey that I got. The drug It was neat because, I'm outside his locker room just waiting. He comes out and I asked somebody to like get him. He comes out, he gives me his jersey and he's like, where's your jersey? I'm like, So I was already changed and everything. I was like, oh, hold up. Yo, I went back, got my jersey, gave it to him. Yo, it was an amazing experience, bro. That's the only time in my career I've been starstruck.
That's love.
That's love. That's mad love.
Yo, that's a full circle moment, man. Arsenal fan. From Mr. Chelsea. Hey, I love it. I love it.
Our difference aside for that moment, you know?
Yeah. I love it.
But Drogba is one of the biggest. Yo, you see it on TV, but this man is big.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the biggest head I've ever seen on somebody. Scoring all them damn headers, yo.
I mean, to this day, one of the most standout goals ever. I watched it with Mike, that Champions League final when he scored that header versus Bayern Munich. Like, it was to this day, like it's like etched in my memory for sure.
Yeah, I think Drogba's had a big impact on all of our lives. If I'm being completely honest, you know, like that Champions League final is forever cemented in all of our heads, you know. Because at that time, Bayern Munich was, you know, peak. They were peak
at their home too.
Yeah, at their home. You know?
Yeah, Mike didn't know what to do with himself.
I didn't think we had a chance. I didn't think we had a chance.
That was the first time football made me cry. Like I cried real tears, bro.
Yeah, Arsenal fans were supporting at that point.
Facts though, because I was looking at that match like, yo, there's no way they come back. And then Drogba scored, and they had took off Mueller, they had taken off all their players, and I'm like, yo, they scored. I was like, yo, they really might do it. I was like, you really might do it. Nuts.
That's love, man. We could sit here and talk to you all day, bro. We really appreciate your time, man, especially on your day off. You just had a game yesterday. You guys traveled late. So just big thank you for hopping on and giving us your time. We really appreciate you. And we wish you the best of luck this season. And your teammates at DC United as well, too, man. Best of luck to you guys, and want to see you guys continue winning.
Yeah, man. Sure. We want to make the playoffs, man. This team's got everything needed to make that. So fun couple months.
Absolutely. Once y'all make the playoffs, man, come back on, man. We'll talk about it.
Stay less. I got you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it so much.
Je parle un peu français, so merci beaucoup, mon frère.
Stop it.
Juste un peu.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, and as always, man, good luck to you guys in your future.
I appreciate you guys for real, yo.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.